Got him.
He's still standing? After all this? Cheers to old Klaus! His gifts just keep on giving! Damn it! If only those two were here!
My waifus! Where are they?
Matthew, raise up your fists.
What?
I will grant you the sword's power. Transfer it to your fists of the end.
Pyro Mithra here, huh?
That light.
No way!
Or was he talking about
Drive
Melody
it
and
in!
Leon?
Release the power of Ouroboros! Shut the hell up already! I ain't taking orders from you! Ah!
Matthew, your actions have made the future uncertain. Have you no regrets? Given a choice of this magnitude, surely there is doubt.
Oh, believe me, got 'em in spades. That's why we move forward. Always ahead. See ya. Alpha.
Right we are. Just one last thing then.
Yeah. You got it.
Where are you two going?
Hey!
Alpha was, and I am, an avatar. The spirit of your world. Just like Alpha needed all of you. You and your world. You need me.
An avatar? What?
It's no more. So someone else has to pick up the slack. The annihilation events, they'll keep happening whether you like it or not. The world needs a bit of propping up.
Until the time comes. Yes.
Hold up a minute. Who's someone? And for how long?
Well, you work that part out.
Don't do this! You don't have to sacrifice yourselves!
It's not like that. We're helping.
And that's different how exactly?
Fundamentally. Glimmer. As long as you lot do your part to change this world, it'll all go back to normal.
And if we don't manage, then what? My lifetime. It's barely a blip.
If you don't, pass it on.
Huh?
Let someone else carry on your dream. That's how we've always rolled. Us lot.
It's not much, but we can offer you a gift. We can imbue you with our life, keep the wheels turning. That way, you'll be able to live out the rest of your lives. Enough time to do what you must.
No, but...
Oh, hey, don't get us wrong now. We're just taking a breather. It's all right. We'll meet again. Trust me.
Teacher. Boss.
Saying at the end of 3 when they separate the worlds that
This
Shulkin
is
wrecks
against
them
the
back.
rules. You know this.
Don't be a spoil sport now. If it was them, I don't think they'd even bat an eyelid at helping.
Admittedly. Well, I suppose you have earned it. Very well then. I didn't see or hear anything.
Thanks a lot, Alvis.
Then, it's all up to you now. With us taking the role of the Avatar, Zed may well seize upon it to gain power. What we did, and all that concerns Origin, will become but a dim memory. Nevertheless, our intentions will live on, and one day coalesce again. Be it tomorrow, or in 1,000 years. Surely, the time will eventually come. I can see it, clear as day.
Should we looking at them taking out Zed at the end of 3?
Our future is in your hands.
We'll be waiting, at the far edge of time.
How does Melia get the replicate EX then?
You actually did see it coming, didn't you? All the time.
Right. And all that will.
The only thing I see is what the flow encompasses. But your hope lives on. That much is certain.
It's the fucking Maelstrom or Typhoon, whatever you call it. Oh, that's why Prison Island isn't in the base game. Oh, fucking Colony 9 too? No.
Righty-ho. Want to get back to it then?
I highly doubt you have the strength left.
Same goes for you.
Mobius will never change. In any way. Forever transfixed. They will guard the endless now to the last.
Including you.
Naturally.
Well then, we'll be busy.
What if you cannot make it happen? Your lives are pitifully short.
We went over this. You got wax in your ears. If I can't, someone else will, down the line. Who knows? Maybe it'll even be you.
The foreshadowing. Tell me they could have taken out Walmart brand Virgil here and taken him away from the base game, so I didn't have to deal with him. Look, Walmart brand Virgil. Noah and his homies hate Walmart brand Virgil.
Friend fail yet again. Did Riku not say? Should not use so much noise bite.
What? You said to throw in a bunch of them. You told me.
Riku did not. Nickel must have poor hearing.
Honest to Spark. You still going at it?
What do you mean still? It has to be done. We're powering up the Ouroboros stone. Just about done with it now. We've accumulated all this data. Now if we could only encode it in the operative photon wave frequency.
If you get it to work, we'll be able to deploy that power whenever we feel like it, right?
Right. I'll admit the photons have limited capacity, so we won't be able to empower quite that many people all in one go.
Oh, more importantly, you don't want to be late. The send-off?
Oh, that's right. I better get moving.
Take care, alright? You sure you're gonna be fine alone?
Oh, yeah. It'll be a relief, if anything.
Well, someone's full of himself.
Matthew, thank you for everything.
Ah, and thanks right back at you. Also, while I'm gone, keep an eye on the city, eh? Night Nickel, Glimmer, Panacea, Linka. Oh, and you, Riku.
Why Riku lost?
Once I found us some friends, I'll come home again.
Get back safe.
Sure. Alrighty. Time to start rebuilding the world. Matthew Van Damme is out of here!
You're standing at a loss in front of a door that's been closed for so long. With your foreseeing eyes, what do you see? Until you open it, you cannot know.
Flashbacks to Xenoblade 1, huh?
Afraid to see what could be on the other side. Oh, can't you see how much I feel the same as you? It seems we just need to let it all go free.
You're gonna show Future connected to you?
I've seen that look your fearful looking eyes, that quiet voice inside, what do you hear? Will you give up and stay where you belong? Afraid your time, it just might take too long. And you won't know unless we keep on trying. Now we need the strength to carry
What's separating again? Forest and the Bionis. Oh, are we gonna see if Shulk and Rex come back?
by the door. So just walk through, don't take too long, 'cause everything you've said, you'll find it there. In our future.
What is this? Oh, that's it? The worlds come back and then worlds separate and then they recombine, which they hint that they do at the end of Xenoblade 3 with the scene of Noah looking up at the sky again and hearing the flute. Back up in here. New challenge, new time attack challenge has been added. Consider paying a visit to the main game's Land of Challenge. Niall is a party member. On save files with the game completed, Niall will be a member of the party. Cutscenes will not be affected. Additionally, affinity growth and weapon strengthening are not available on Niall. You can, however, customize her accessories and gems like a normal party member. Setting levels at rest spots. You can now nerf yourself, just like the main game. Save.
Record updated.
And complete. That is future redeemed. It's all over. Final thoughts on the DLC? If you enjoy Xenoblade, if you're a fan of the series, then I think you owe it to yourself to pick up the DLC just to see how everything ends and ties together and get some more like closure to Shulk and Rex's story. Oh, is this the future redeem screen? They just made it look very similar to the base game's final screen. Yeah, you definitely owe it to yourself to pick up this DLC. This DLC is fantastic. The story is great for the most part. A little bit of plot holes here and there, and things that are still kind of left unanswered. Like, it's never really hinted at what happens with Hira and Hyra and Mithra and all that. It just says that they're not around anymore, but not really any closure to it. So I'm not sure what happens to them. And then some things with like Shulk walking away at the final battle, but they still have somehow get his blade to Melia. But yeah, it's great. We're gonna do something while we're doing this, while I'm discussing my thoughts on it. The game runs great still. It runs just as well as the base game did, obviously, because a lot of the reused assets and everything. The same flow, all the side quests and everything. It is nice to have like a more streamlined package without all the job quests for like upgrading and expanding your jobs and unlocking all the different jobs and doing the job combo. I did kind of like that they went away from that with this DLC and just straight, this is the things your character can do. It will not change. It will never be anything different. What I'm doing right now, I'm going to the city in this game and I'm going to look at the statues real quick just to see if I notice and how that things kind of tie in now that we know what happens in Future Redeemed. Yeah, I enjoy that they kind of streamlined it down. That's not to say that I didn't enjoy it in the base game, the cross combo system, but I kind of just like the simple way that they approach it on this way too, and it makes a lot of sense for the DLC and the way that they approached it. Where is the city? The music is great. There's a lot of rehashes from Xenoblade 3. They brought back some nostalgia tracks from Xenoblade 1, including the battle theme and the Colony 9 like surrounding area theme. They threw in the Gar Plains, the hints of the theme song from there into a lot of the travel themes and everything. They brought back Zanza's theme for Zanza the Divine, or for the final boss. It's just an all-around great experience. It's fantastically put together, well made. Again, if you're playing a Xenoblade, like if you played, even if you haven't played 1 and 2, you want to play 3, I'd still recommend getting it just to kind of get some additional Xenoblade 3 playtime out of your money. You're not going to hit all the beats if you're not as familiar with Xenoblade 1 and 2, so maybe you look up a YouTube video if you're going to do it that way, playing Xenoblade 3 being your only exposure to the series. So probably do some like research and stuff on what happened in Xenoblade 1 and 2 to get a lot of the reference that they were dropping back there. Overall grade, I would give the DLC, give it a 8.5 out of 10. Some story beats that are missing, and the final boss takes off half a point for the fact that they brought back bullshit one-shot mechanics to the final fight. So you have to like cheese it with the fucking chain attack like you did with what's his face, Malos and Ion and Xenoblade 2. I wasn't a fan that they did that. So we should know who all these people are now, right? This is... I thought when we originally walked through here that this was Shulk, but we now know that this is Nickel, Monument to the Founder. House Ortiz. So Nickel, founder of House Ortiz. Remember the founder of House Ortiz and the city's liberator. Bessie Soldier, this founder was reduced from the Flame Clock system by the other founders. It's for spending every last ounce of his energy for the cause to liberate the city as one of the first Ouroboros. Surpassing skill in mechanical engineering, the founder fought not with a blade but with a weapon of his own fabrication. And also responsible for laying the foundation for all the mechanical systems supporting the city to this day. So, following the fight against Mobius, he poured the remainder of his days under rebuilding the city before finally perishing at the age of 80 years that he got from Shulk, Dad. Though how he attained that feat despite his origins as a Bessie Soldier remains unexplained. And we now know that Shulk gives him his life force to continue out the rest of his days. That's Nickel. This has to be Glimmer. House Rhodes. Soldier of Agnes, the founder's flight to the death against the founder of Ortiz. Soldier of Kevis was interrupted by a chance meeting with the other founders. Freed from the bondage of her flame clock, she joined the fight against Mobius. Although Soldier, the founder is reported to have been exceedingly gentle and kind at heart. Additionally, your skill in the healing arts greatly contributed to the development of medical science in the city and later ages. And irrespective of starting life as an Adnian soldier, it is said he is said to have surpassed 80 years of age, though the way she achieved that remains shrouded in mystery. He has Rex's life force. The Giga Chad himself, so this is, I think a lot of people speculated that this was Rex and ended up being correct. This is in fact three waifu Giga Chad Rex and his six-pack, perfectly recreated. House Cassini, so Rex Cassini. In memory of the founder of House Cassini and the city's liberatrix. Much like with the founder of Reed, the statue too depicts the founder's respected mentor rather than the founder herself. So is it Linka Reed? Linka's the founder? Mentor boasts a robust physique, wielding two great swords at once with utmost ease and facing down Mobius despite the loss of one eye. He lived his life as an unsophisticated sort, broad-minded but impassioned, and is said to have aided the founders in the fight against Mobius, physically and spiritually. He is further reported to have been a free spirit whose qualities influenced the other founders, still young and impressible when the city was restored. Indelible proof of this relative spirit can be seen time and again in the outputs of the house and generations to come. Though not to the founder but to the mentor, which suggests that the founder of House Reed is Linka. She walks around and can probably be the one that would consider Rex her boss, her mentor. It's kind of cool. So we now know that this is Matthew Vandam. In memory of the founder of House Vandam, the city's restorer and liberator. The original incarnation of the city was once laid to ruin by Mobius N's hand. We saw that with his granddad. The founder realized fully the power of Ouroboros, but heretofore limited and fought against N, ousting him. Once victorious, he gathered the old city's people, scattered to the winds, and re-established the city. With the city restored, he left his government in the hands of the founder of Doyle and departed on a lonely expedition. No records exist of his fate thereafter. Heirs of Vandam's lineage only returned to the new city several centuries later. Oral tradition has it that the founder was a master of the classical art of fist fighting, and the scions of House Vandam carry on the custom to this day. So this is Niall. You now know that. House Doyle, so he leaves the city in House Doyle's hands, it says, so he leaves it to Niall, which we saw at the end of the last cutscene. The memory of the founder of House Doyle and the city's liberatrix. Directly descended from those who established the first original city. Her whereabouts were lost after N's ravaging of the city of old, but upon encountering the other founders, she committed herself fully to the fight. The founder is said to have a familiar relation to the founder of Vandam, with scant extant records suggesting they were like a brother and sister. She fought alongside the founder of Vandam, then, who was the elder of the two, and brought the power of Ouroboros to completion. Considered and bright and wise, this founder laid the cornerstones for much of the city's governance and legal system. And Niall goes on to found the legal system in the city. And then last but not least, originally we all thought that this was like Shulk and this is like some descendant of Dunban, I think was like the prevailing theory, but now we know that this is in fact Shulk, and that's Shulk's son. House Reed. In memory of the founder of House Reed and the city's liberatrix. Rather than the founder herself, the statue depicts the founder's mentor figure, standing as a sign of the deep reverence and devotion she felt for her teacher. So this has to be Panacea. The founder's master was unconnected to her by bonds of blood, yet he raised her as would befit a child of one's own, it is said. Though of a calm and constant disposition, the sight of him on the battlefield, great red sword in hand, struck fear into many a Mobius. And though the ferocious struggle against Mobius cost his ferocious warrior his right arm, he's lost in nothing to diminish his desire to hone his martial skills each day, standing as a vivid testament to his indomitable will. So that's Shulk. Comes Dunban 2.0 kinda after he loses the powers of godhood. Yeah. Kinda cool to come back and see it after we know exactly what happened in the future Redeem DLC. So yeah, that's gonna close out, I think, this is gonna be the last of my playtime with Xenoblade 3. We have now done Future Redeemed. I don't think there's any future DLC planned for this game, but if there is, it's not story related, I don't think, anymore at this point, so it might be another hero for the base game, maybe? I don't know. See what they have in the expansion pass. I think yeah, Volume 4 is the last one. That's the end of Xenoblade 3. Been a great time. I said it when I beat Xenoblade 3 before. I'll say it again. Even more so now with this new DLC. Xenoblade 3 is a fantastic game. Really well put together. Fun to play. A lot of stuff to explore. High amount of content for your time. I've beaten both the base game and this game, and I still haven't like even touched all the grinding and all the side missions and super bosses and stuff. So fantastic. Definitely one of the best games on the Switch, hands down. Highly recommend if you're interested and you're looking for something to buy and tide you over, even after watching my playthrough of it. I believe that the directors of the series have said that this is like the last in the Klaus saga too, so if there is more Xenoblade Chronicles in the future, it's going to be like a brand new story, unrelated to these, I think, is the stated plan from Monolith Soft at this point going forward. There's going to be no more Ionios or Alrest or the new rejoined Ionios anymore. It's all going to be a new story. Also, I'm wondering if they're like cutting off the Xenoblade X, or Xenoblade Chronicles X future style with this game. They kind of tied, they 100% tied Xenoblade Chronicles X into this game too, with the news broadcast that was playing while you're seeing the world unbroken. So yeah, this puts a capstone on my playthrough of the entire Xenoblade 1, 2, and 3 saga and the Klaus saga in general. And I'm kind of excited to see where they go from here. They're gonna make an entirely new, surprising story now that they're kind of like not bound by Klaus and the unmaking of the world and all the other stuff that they've kind of written them into. So it's gonna be really awesome to see where they go from here. If they pick up with this new reformed Ionios that they make, where the worlds separate and then they kind of like are hinted at rejoining back together with each other. Yeah, it's gonna be do it for me for a while. I'm gonna take a break here. I've been going for about 4.5 hours to complete this today, and we did definitely accomplish that. As always, if you like the stream, you like the content, by all means feel free to follow, turn on notifications, that kind of stuff. Come hang out with me where I'm live. I do appreciate the support, and I do try and like interact with the chat and everything like that whenever people are in here watching the stream. Yeah, and I do, as always, appreciate the positive reception and the support to my content, and seeing people respond positively, that kind of thing. It does make a big difference to me and like keep me going, keep me making stuff and cutting it to YouTube and streaming and all that, so definitely do appreciate it. Might be back later, might not. My plan for the rest of the day is Destiny 2. I got some weekly stuff to go come back and catch up on, so if I do stream, it's going to be Destiny 2 later, probably. Yeah, I don't think that I'm going to do any of the side quests and stuff. It kind of doesn't really make any sense to do side quests for Future Redeemed anymore, at least not on stream. Maybe if I get bored, I'll do some if I like want to explore and find the rest of the accessory unlock kits and things like that in Future Redeemed, but for now I have no plans on doing that. So yeah, that's going to do it for the stream for a while. I'm going to stop it here. I'm going to take a break, go get some food, relax, stretch out, play with the dog a little bit, and then, yeah, probably going to be back later, just not with this. So, have a good day, have a good rest of your weekend if I don't see you, if you don't come back later, and have a good weekend, and I will see you next time. Have a good rest of your day, and peace out.